Yeah.
We're hot?
Yes.
Live in effect. Welcome back to Third Coast Podcast. I am one of the gracious hosts of yours, Jacoby, also known as Koba, also known as the Colorado Cobra, also known as the Cobra from Minnesota. Can we get a with you? All right,
You trying to bring the dodgeball thing in full effect now?
It was very last minute as a swing and a miss, I feel like. But right here we got the Gator with us, of course, as always.
What it do, Gators?
And today we have a very nice guest. We've had the pleasure of speaking with him. We probably should have started this a long time ago, but we've been sitting here hanging out with your last name is pronounced Ferrier.
I wanted to see if he was going to get it right. Ferrier.
Okay,
a lot of people say Ferrier. A lot of people do, yeah.
Because it's we're in Louisiana,
Right.
Bienvenue de Louisiane. Welcome to Louisiana. But Shaine Ferrier today, everybody. He's a amateur mixed martial arts athlete. I brought him a water. The right thing to do. You got to keep your athletes
Appreciate
hydrated.
that,
dude. I was like, I tried to call Joe. Of course, Joe didn't fucking answer. I'm like, man, I'm a this guy's an athlete. I wish I were an athlete. I think everybody has an athlete inside them.
I'd say that. I could agree with that.
Not sexually, but, I digress. Anyway, brother, thank you again for showing up and hanging out with us. We're going to just chop it up, man. So, I don't know if, everything Joe has asked you previously, but we're just going to go into it, man. How long have you been, in the arts of MMA fighting and stuff like that?
I'd probably say going on 5 years now. Yeah. I'm 27 now. I think I started training 23-ish, 22-ish maybe.
Did you ever picture yourself as this being like a passion for yourself as you were like a younger man,
I don't know, man. I always from 18 to 23, I was wild. I was raised with my grandparents, old school, so I didn't get to really experience life till I turned 18, and I was wild for a little while, and I just got to a point in my life where I want to go fight people that fight. I want to fight real people that. Not just people in a bar room, people just on the street. I wanted to see, man versus somebody that is working as hard as I could be doing something, face off against somebody like that.
Yeah. What is it? It just seems like good old country boys. You motherfuckers fight, dude. You guys, it's just something. Are y'all just drawn to it? What do y'all do?
I don't know, man. Some of these people, they just get drinking or whatever on a Friday, Saturday night and just want to throw hands for no reason, to do it.
Hey, we could talk this out. I'm like, don't be a bitch. I'm like,
right, yeah.
All right, man. Oh, hit my face, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I digress. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, with your so you're based out of the Pineville area, right?
Right, yeah.
And what is your gym you train out of?
So when I first started training, I was at Global Fitness.
Okay.
That's where I had my first fight out of. But recently, my last fight or whatever, I fought at Calvin Hackney's gym in Tioga. So I train with the guys from both of those gyms. All of them's great guys. So.
But what is what's your favorite thing about sparring? Is it like the rush? Is it like the competitiveness? Is it just like learning yourself and your capabilities?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like it's another man. It's not the same as fighting somebody that you're trying to just beat in a cage fight, but it's like one of them. It's a medium you got to find. It's somebody that you train with. It's a teammate, but you kind of set your own pace with each other or whatever. That's kind of how it stays.
Is it easier to fight somebody that you have beef with than to fight somebody who's a really nice guy who is a hell of a fighter? Or is it easier to be mad at somebody, or is it or is that like a bad thing to go into the fight with a bad attitude because you get cloudy?
I mean, yeah, I have a lot easier problem within myself hurting somebody that I don't personally know or train with. I wouldn't say that it's not a easy thing to do to pull punches when you're sparring, but it's something that you kind of got to get used to doing people that you train with every day.
Yeah.
I would rather just let them go.
Yeah.
I don't like holding nothing back. I want stuff to happen in real time, how it would happen in a real fight with somebody else. So, I don't know. I'm a up-tempo spar, whatever. I like trying to make it as real as possible without hurting each other.
You
know what I
recover
mean?
very quickly from like the two videos that I have watched of you. You recover very quickly, man.
Right.
You're very quick.
I try to be.
Yeah, you fucking.
I try to be
pop
quick
right
where I
the
lack
fuck-
other places.
Yeah. So what would you think that you're lacking in like your skills? What would be, not to like, people who watch this I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for this because I know that's his weakness. But what would you say a weakness something that you're currently working on in your craft?
Wrestling and my jiu-jitsu.
Like groundwork and stuff.
Right. I'm real confident in my striking. It don't matter if you're better than me at striking or not. I'm not going backwards. I won't go backwards. So you're either just going to have to kill me or, as far as wrestling, that's a different story. Somebody gets you in a chokehold, it's kind of a pride thing to tap, but I'm gonna do it. You're gonna have to almost kill me. But
with that last fight, he got you in that rear naked or whatever. I could still see, you were still fighting. I'm like,
I don't know why.
Who wants to tap out, right? Nobody wants to tap out and shit. But man, like that, holding on. That's a fucking fight, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like it really is.
Hey, I held on as long as I could. When I started seeing little white dots, I was hoping maybe he thought he didn't have me or something. But man, that guy was great. He fought for Team USA, the youth division, 2-time national champion. He's gonna go on and do great things. So
that's awesome, man.
It was a good fight. Just I got seen by people that's watching him. It didn't last long. I didn't get to really showcase what I thought that I could. The progression from 3 years. My first fight was 3 years ago, and then I fought just a good wrestler, a guy that, he knew he didn't want to stand up when the first bell rang. He wanted to wrestle or whatever, and he saw early that was where I lacked, what I'm working on now. But every time you lose, you grow and you learn. So that's just part of the process.
And man, between those two videos, like you said, that was like a 3-year time span.
Right.
Your stature, it was so much more prominent.
So many people told me that.
Dude, you look like a whole different person.
Right.
I don't know if you were, because like that was was it the same weight division or like
Well, my first fight was at 45. The last one I was looking for a 55 fight, and I think he fought at 45, so we just caught weight at 50.
You just like I don't know, you held yourself with a different regard.
Right.
From the difference from the first fight,
Right.
And like you just looked you look more present,
right?
If that makes any sense.
Look like I belonged in there a little bit.
Yeah, I won't say that.
Right? No, but it's true. I was telling him earlier. My first fight, I really wasn't ready for a fight. I just went to the gym, trained for a little while. I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And the opportunity came up, and I was like, I'm ready. I wasn't really ready. I feel like now, you put me in there with anybody at 145 or 55 at the AMI, level, and they want to just stand there and throw blows with me. We could do that all day.
You said you started at Global Fitness. I didn't even know they had like those programs there. Oh, I've never been in the gym in the first place. It's like,
right.
So you, were you actively working out, and then you're just like, man, let me try some, learn jujitsu or something like that or whatever. Is that what happened? You a gym goer, or you just happened to be like, man, I think I'm gonna learn how to fight?
Yeah, it was pretty much like I was already just had that street fighting mentality, so I was kind of like, I want to really do this. Like, I want to see how both sides of it is. I want to say I can fight somebody that fights too, not just somebody that thinks they can fight. So it was kind of like a mental pride. Just, hey, I want to just try it out. It just stuck. I liked it,
And you said that your wrestling technique is something that you're trying to like hone in on currently. But isn't it like the 3 types of fighters? You have the actual like mixed martial artists, the people who they can stand up and they can also roll.
Right.
But then you have guys who are way better at the wrestling aspect than they are standing up. Right. So, and over the years watching the fights with friends and stuff like that, everybody wants that stand up fight.
Oh yeah, everybody.
That's just like instinctive old school. But then when the jiu-jitsu side, with like the ground and pound and like the rolling, that's a whole different ball game as well,
Oh, yeah.
And so as dudes may say, like, man, no, get off of, stand up.
That's what people, people
quit
tell
hugging
me.
him. Get off of him. Let's have it out. People just love that, like the energeticness of it. And once you get down in the rolling, it kind of slows the pace.
Down,
but it's still technical.
Yeah,
there's a lot of technical aspects to it, and it took me the longest. I still don't know hardly anything fucking about it. But slowly I saw, like, man, there's like, talking with our friend Crit, like he knows a lot about it, and like whenever I watch a fight with him, he's sitting there like in detail describing about his next move and shit like that while they're locked in together, and I was like, fucking, they're pretzeling, bro.
They're just pretzeling.
I don't know, dude. He might like him. I don't know.
It's a lot of people that don't fight, and I can say it because I was old enough to understand it before I started training. So I kind of seen both sides, like what I thought before I knew anything about it, and like looking back now, I look stupid. Talking about it back then, I just thought I knew what I was talking about. But it's a lot of, like you said, it's real technical. It's a lot of different stuff. You have to be well rounded. It's not just, you can't just focus on one thing, and that's what I did for so long. So now I'm playing catch up on the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu.
So after you took that loss and you're moving on to your next fight, do you think when he was shooting for the takedowns was your biggest area because he shot that in the second round and reaction time? I was wondering if, like, is that a thing you're going to implement in your upcoming camps to prevent from that?
It's crazy that you asked that, but my whole camp I didn't work on striking at all. I was with Darian, Hunter Sims over there, just anywhere I could be. Owen Elkins, Calvin Hackney, guys, were up sparring and they're just shooting on me, just getting me ready for this fight. And I went in so confident, like, I know he's a wrestler. I know that's what he's going to be working on, but I spent 3 months hard at it, working on nothing but takedown defense, getting out of bad positions. And I don't know, you just think that you're ready and you never know what that other guy's doing. I mean, he's doing the same thing as you. He's in camp. He's working on what he thinks you're going to be doing. So it's a two-bladed sword, and which one's going to turn out sharper. It's a weird thing about it.
Like how we had talked about earlier, like you can plan, you can't plan anything. No. Like you really can't. You're having to like literally live in the moment and only account for action versus reaction.
100%.
And hey, kid, you did good because I was a big old boy.
Oh, he was strong.
That dude looked.
He was so strong.
Fuck, bro.
No doubt.
Like he was like that. Yeah. I was like, man, I would give like 4 good toes to be like, all right, if you give your good toes, you'll look like him. Like, hell yeah, dude, take my feet, bro.
Hey, dude, it was crazy because I walked in the day before the fight to weigh-ins, and I walked in and I'm looking around the room for the guy that I'm fighting. I've seen you I've watched film on you.
Yeah.
I haven't put my eyes on you in real life yet. I'm ready to do that. And I look around the room a couple times. It's time for everybody to start weighing in. I'm like, where's this guy at? I don't see this guy nowhere. My old lady, my fiance, she's sitting beside me, and I'm like, you see this guy? Is that him right there? And I look up and I was like, there ain't no way that's him. there's no way that's him.
That dude's a
and then
fucking
what's crazy
animal,
is he made weight looking like that. I step on the scale and I'm 2.5 pounds overweight. I got to go sit in the sauna again. I'm like, this guy's twice my size right now. There's no way this guy made weight. Well, but he did. I mean, I saw him make weight, and I was like, this is crazy how much more defined and built he is.
Yeah.
I'm just like this. I just look like a little white boy over there. and he was big. He was strong, But I mean, I went into the fight thinking, I know what you're going to do, and you're not going to be able to do it. So you're not going to have no choice but to play my game. You're going to have to stand up and strike because you can't take me down. And it just didn't play out that way.
And going back to like body definition, so there's a coworker of mine. He works opposite hitch of me, and he's got like his nutrition and all of his diet. He knows how much protein he needs to take in. But he showed me a picture of himself like a year ago at the same weight, but the difference between the healthy eating and with like the workouts he was doing, he weighed the same. But dude, once you have that prominent definition,
right,
dude, like you look like a whole different person.
Animal, yeah.
Like, I was like, motherfucker, I weigh the same weight. He's like, yeah, but you don't do shit. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't do fucking anything.
It is true, though. A lot to do with what you eat, your diet, your vitamins. I mean, all that stuff has to do. I'm sure that dude's he's doing 2 workouts a day, probably eating right every single day,
But it's crazy because he explained it to me. So like you would naturally think, oh, if you don't eat or fasting, you know, you're not going to gain no weight. Well, a lot of the times your body goes into shock and it's still, you know, like, you know, how ketosis is and stuff like that or whatever. He can eat more than me and still burn all that off. And that's, he's like, it's, I'd butcher it if I try to explain it right now, but it seems like counterproductive, but it's actually not. Dude, science go hard, bro.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot in it. It's like, you know, if you really break it down, it's a whole lot in it.
And I was like, dude, like, well, I'm just like, I'm cutting carbs. And it's like, yeah, but your intake of what you need is not amounting to what you're burning. So you need to intake more of this, and you know, then you have protein's fuel,
right?
And so it's like, dude, you're basically, your body is in limbo, like, because you keep it just, you know, you're keeping your body malnourished, but not in like an unhealthy sense. But your body isn't on like a switch phase of knowing, okay, well, I got these nutrients, I'm gonna burn this. It's like your body is just like not moving. I'm like, well, that makes me feel fucking terrible.
So, what's your stand around weight? Do you cut weight to make weight?
So this last fight, I was walking around at like 177. So I started eating, you know, clean, and I cut a lot of that weight off just eating clean for 3 weeks, and then I didn't have to cut, I think, but 8 pounds the last couple days.
What is eating clean?
Like chicken. I eat a lot of chicken, a lot of tilapia, nothing but clean meats. Like no sodium. I stopped taking all sodium intake a month out. And
what does that do for you?
I don't know. I was just taught that. That's the way a lot of the guys.
If it ain't broke, don't.
I'm assuming it does something with your water intake, getting ready to sit in a sauna when you sweat. It's something to do with something with, like, get your sweat coming out your pores or something.
You have a fucking sauna?
You have one of those little pop-up saunas?
We do at Calvin's gym at Global. They got an actual sit-in
That's badass,
sauna.
Dude. I fucking love a sauna.
You kind of just sit in it like it's a chair, and it just kind of
I've
goes
seen
over
those.
you.
Well,
Your head
I've
peeks
seen
out.
the
Your
ones
head
on like
sticks out,
Temu and shit.
That's
that's
actually how Darian cut weight. He cut one in one of them. Head sticks out the top, and your whole body's just in a sauna.
I forgot. I think he told me he cut like almost 30 pounds.
Yeah, Darian cuts
for his fight.
Well, I bet that beats the fuck out of a sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? Those sweatsuits, that shit's got to be like grueling to like.
A lot of guys get in them and then get in the sauna.
Fuck, that's fucking crazy.
So when you're cutting your weight, and if you have to get in the sauna and stuff, do you have someone with you the whole time? Because cutting weight and trying to sweat that out is dangerous too.
Yeah, you better have somebody with you. You'll go out quick
because like you're like basically like purging and dehydrating yourself, right?
Basically, like when I cut weight this last time, I had 8 pounds, and I stopped drinking water 2 days before that evening that I had to go sit in the sauna, which was the morning before I had to weigh in, and I don't know, it's just different. It's different. Everybody reacts differently to different things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of whatever works best for you, but. I stopped drinking water 2 days out or whatever, stopped sodium, you know, a month out, nothing but water, and sweat it on out and get out of there fast as I can.
Yeah, you a tough son of a bitch, dude. you were fucking tough, man.
The injury aspect side, are you worried about developing cauliflower ear at one point in your career?
No, actually, I have a little spot on my left ear, and then
we can get rid of that. I got a good knife. Like, we can get rid of it.
Right. And then after my last fight or whatever, whenever Ronald had my back, he was kind of hitting me with this little, you know, it wasn't hurting me, but he was catching me right in the top of the ear the whole time. And I'll have to show you the picture later. My whole ear was purple, and I didn't even feel it until like the next day. I got up and I got out of bed, went in the bathroom to brush my teeth, and I walked in there and told my fiance, I was like, look at my ear, and it was like completely purple.
Was it like because like it was folded up on itself, and he was like putting
I
pressure?
guess just with that glove, just catching that ear clean. I don't know, but it was the whole ear was purple. I was like, I didn't even feel it last night at all. Like it wasn't bothering me, and then it was kind of tender to the touch. But several of those injuries you'll start developing it, but like just like that or whatever, it went down by itself. I was surprised because I was like, it's gonna leave something, but it's just. Consistently getting hit in the ear like that, I don't know, just the gloves gripping your ear, I don't know what it does to it, but a lot of people say it's infection from your ears not being clean, like kept clean when you're fighting and taking injury.
Yeah.
Maybe that has something to do with it too, I'm not sure, but.
I've seen them, man. I've seen those videos where they like drain them and shit too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man, I was like, poor fucking ears, man. As I said, like
They actually say that like when it gets real big like that and you needle it out, it's like an instant relief. Like you would think that it would hurt, but they say you hear like a little pop or whatever, and then when it starts draining out, your ear just randomly starts feeling lighter and better. I don't know.
And it's just like the same fluid as it would be like on a blister, right? It's just like plasma and shit like that.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I'll never know, because like that's just, I'm cool. I told you, I like how my face feels, bro.
Right.
Like my body already hurts. I don't need it to hurt anymore. You know what I'm saying? Have you had? So how many bouts have you had?
Just two.
Just two.
Right.
What is your next anticipated fight?
I talked to Matt Snell, fights in the UFC. He's the matchmaker for AKA, and trying to get something worked up for Rustin. I think that's maybe the end of next month. If not then, I think AKA is coming back to Marksville, I want to say in August sometime. So that's hometown. I got to get it on that one if I can,
Like how soon do they start like allocating competitors for these fights and stuff? Is it like 6 months out? Or
so much happens in the fighting world. Like some people know 3 months out, and somebody might drop out. You might not find out till a week out, and they'll call it, hey, you got a fighter that wants to take a fight this soon. And it's just something like your coach hits you up, hey, like you want to take this fight? This is the guy. You look him up. You either accept it or decline it.
Is there a reason why you haven't fought more?
I was working on the road.
Okay.
That's why the 3-year break happened or whatever. I always wanted, I would come home from jobs and I would spend 1 or 2 days, if I was home and had free time to go, I would go train. But it wasn't consistently enough to say that I really wanted to fight again that soon. And then recently I came back home and started working again, and I'm back training enough where I can, stay in good enough shape to compete with somebody, not just look stupid.
You got the dog back in.
Right.
You got ready to get out there. That's awesome.
You feel a lot better when you every day, 5-6 days a week training, you just feel better, confident. It's changed a lot of how you feel mentally.
So, you had mentioned that, for this last fight, you were, they were, training you with a lot of like takedowns and stuff like that, and a lot of like wrestling type moves and stuff.
Right.
With your coach, what makes a coach a good coach really? Like what? I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that, but like your coach or like your team that helps you progress, like their background. What is their background? Like what led them to start encouraging fighters, or not really encouraging, but like helping teach you to like hone in on your skills and stuff.
I don't know. Like I said, it's different for everybody, but at Calvin's gym, they're a cardio-based wrestling gym. That's just different coaches specialize, just like fighters. They specialize in different things.
Okay.
So you can go to a gym where there's a coach well-rounded in everything. He's done boxing, he's done jiu-jitsu, he's done wrestling, he's done everything. And then you have some gyms that are, this coach was a 2-time state wrestling champion, national wrestling champion, So you already know just by them saying that, he's going to be strong on wrestling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just different for every wherever you want to go.
Excuse me.
So if there was a listener out there right now and you could tell them something about like, okay, I'm a listener out there. I want to be an MMA fighter. I ain't never fought before. What would be like your suggestion to them out there to get started with?
You better have that dog in you.
Oh,
You better have that dog in you. No, it's really not bad. It's you're kind of gonna get put with people that's starting just like you are, so you're gonna be learning with somebody else that they're not way more, And when you walk in the doors and you can kind of pretty much watch people spar, you kind of know, hey, I belong sparring with these couple guys. They're around the same level as me. People like me, though, I just go in there and spar. You want to spar? I'm like, yeah, I want to spar. I'm not gonna say no to anybody. It ain't gonna help nobody but you in the long run. So, and it's so many different looks. Everybody, like you said, everybody fights different styles. Mm-hmm. So that's how I like. I mean, all the gyms around here, you don't just walk in and like, hey, he's a striker. Pretty much everybody knows enough about everything to defend themselves. So,
but that's where like the fundamental basics you start out at. Like if you don't know how to throw a punch, because I had some friends. One of my coworkers, he had did a lot of boxing in his younger years and stuff, and so they had brought some gloves out. And a couple of years back, when we were working in New York, we'd get out on the helideck and hit the pads.
Right.
And he was, he had shown me how fucked up my, like, all right, throw a punch. And I was like, yeah, that's terrible. I'm like, he's like, yeah, you can hit, but you're not like, there's a lot of difference between this and, like that.
Right.
And that's like I would say, outside looking in, like, fuck, man, if you don't know how to throw a punch, start there. Look at your stance. And also, fucking, besides the dog, you got to have that dedication to your health as well.
Right.
That's like, to me, that's like one of the biggest driving forces on why I'm not doing it. Because
110%
lazy motherfucker.
Like,
but there's a lot of discipline within, and that's why I find it so intriguing to like watch people like you just like contend and stuff. Just like, man, that's a fuck, like, like you're like. You're fucking honed in on yourself, but with each, the more you do it, the more you're learning, and your skill gets better and better and stuff like that.
You're constantly progressing.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it. You constantly watch yourself grow. That's just how I look at it.
So if you get hurt, so when you're fighting underneath AKA and you get hurt, do they have doctors that you go to after the fight that like check you up?
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
got
like
they
that?
got people that check you out.
Like
my first fight, I had a cut over my eye. They were like, "Come here," and I was like, "I'm good." Like I was refusing it. They wanted to do something to it. I was like, "Nah, just."
What, they put on like Vaseline and put the
yeah,
cold plate?
They were gonna do something. And they kept trying to like call me over there, and I was like, "I'm good. Like it's not even bleeding anymore. It's a clean cut." I mean, I needed stitches, but I was like, I ain't getting them.
That was in the first fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
First fight.
But that's been like
3.5 years now.
That was like you said, a cut on your Is it mostly
I don't know
happen
what
above your eyebrow?
It happens right above it or in it, anywhere on your eyebrow is bad.
But that's from like the angle from like the glove,
right,
and shit too, is how it, I mean, because I see that a lot. It's like it's always above the eyebrow, that like little lip right there,
all that flabby skin above that eye.
Dude, I was like, man,
soft.
that looks fucking.
Oh yeah.
Or the cuts on like the head. And
that's hard to get. You get that? If I get that, throw in the towel, then, coach.
Come on.
How you get? I don't know.
How does this happen?
I mean, I guess professional fighters, they're allowed to throw elbows, so it's not really. You get somebody, and you elbow them. It's easy to cut skin with the elbow. So I guess there's a lot of those you see like that from getting, I guess, kneed or elbowed in the top of the head, because that's crazy.
So what are the main components that like differentiates between the MMA? I mean, the amateur versus like the pro? Because I was asking you earlier about like you said most amateur fights are 3 rounds, right?
Right.
And then like the professional.
What
is like, okay? A series of questions. So what would be the next step up from the AKA, and what differentiates the amateur versus like pro, to where they have like 5 rounds or whatever versus y'all's 3 and stuff?
So all amateurs are going to be 3-minute rounds.
All of them.
If you have a title fight, it's going to be 5 3-minute rounds.
Okay.
And then the professionals, they do 3 rounds as well, but it's 5 minutes. And then their title fights are 5 5-minute rounds.
How do you get to a title fight?
I'm trying to find out myself.
Fuck yeah.
You win some fights.
I'm waiting for some phone calls. I needed Matt Schnell to line some fights up. I wanted to fight 4 times this year.
Like,
I got to get
busy.
busy.
How many fights do you need to go for a title fight? Or is just like you just got to keep winning?
Just keep winning.
Don't lose.
Don't lose. Keep winning. I guess just wait for you beat the right guy. Keep on beating the right guys until you get to, hey, who's the next best guy you got for me? Man, I beat all these guys.
Man, what is that stuff we used to watch? It was bare knuckle. It was it started with a B. It was MMA we used to watch on like a streaming service. Is it Balfour? No. What was that?
The PFL?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Is that an amateur league as well?
That's professional.
No, that's all professional.
That's professional.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the AKA, is that like predominantly like Southern driven versus like I said, I don't know anything about.
I think they started out in the southern states. But I think they're going like, well, I say that they went to Oklahoma, I want to say.
Okay.
So they're starting to expand and grow pretty quick. They're starting to get out there.
That's awesome.
You had brought up earlier about like Crit talking about the technique and the grappling aspect. One of the first fights, the first AKA I went with Crit, and I was sitting in the stands, and both fighters just sat on the ground. I'm like, "Hey, Crit, why are they sitting on the ground for?" He said it's a grappling match. I said a grappling match. He said there's all types of stuff here.
Oh yeah, they got all kind of stuff. They got boxing. They started a new thing. It's like just like some kind of scrap deal where you're not like they take in non-fighters. Like you could never have a fight before, and they put just random people in a cage and make them fight.
Dude, I see something on Instagram and TikTok where like there's these country motherfuckers from all across the U.S.
Oh yeah, what's
like,
it
I'm
called?
calling out fucking Billy from Kentucky. You ain't shit, you bitch. And then they put them in like this backyard brawl, and like they can do girls like these.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
And I'm just like, damn, that looks like my cousin. You know what I'm saying? But they're in there fucking
Throwing them things.
But but these are also people who aren't trained, but they're like you said, they're just civilians straight off the street. I'm
Just
like, hey,
just know enough to entertain.
Yeah, just talking shit. I'm like, hell yeah, let me grab a beer.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they. Is that like at let's say like the event that you had went to at the Paragon? That's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
With like the grappling and stuff. Where do they do they always do that at these events where they just let people, hey man, we gotta sign up?
No, and it's not like that.
Okay.
No.
Or how does that happen?
Usually Matt Snell's our matchmaker now. He pretty much gets in contact with all the coaches of the gyms, and then they'll call, hey, we got a 145er. This is his name. He's looking for a fight. He starts calling the other coaches, hey, you got a 145er that's around this record. So the levels of the competition are about the same. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, I got one that's looking for a fight. And then, bow, that fight's made. It's really that easy. I mean, it's a lot to it. But Matt's got his plate full, and you got to think about it. Matt fights in the UFC, too. So he's training all the time, and then he's matchmaking for this other company. So
that's awesome. I just, like, I don't know. I like the idea of, like, hey, man, we got to get this green guy from this gym to fight our green guy over here. I'm like, that,
let's see who's got the better green guy.
Who's more green? Who's changing colors today?
Right.
Physically, mentally.
How much have you taught your green?
That's cool though, man.
Crazy.
Have you ever thought about diving into bare knuckle boxing?
That's really why I'm here. That's what I want to do. I want to say it's just
bad fucking dude, man. Like
you got to look at it like this. I mean, I told y'all earlier, I'm a stand up guy. If you want to strike, we can strike all day. I'm not gonna shoot on you. You just got to knock me out. You know what I'm saying?
Stand up as in fighting, and he's a gentleman.
Right. You already know that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Daddy. Hell yeah. So like, how do you go about doing that? Where does where is that? Is that considered like a league? Like, how do you have this conversation?
What, and bare knuckle?
Yeah, like how does one bare knuckle fight besides the streets?
I mean, I think you gotta put an application in, and like they gotta review it. So you gotta have like so many fights, and I think you gotta have. I want to say they said like a .50 win to lose ratio or whatever. So you got to at least win as many as you lose to even qualify to even get on there. But I mean, I want to have a couple more fights or whatever, get my name out there, and then that's what I want to do. If I told everybody if I could do one bare knuckle fight, I'd probably hang it up. I enjoyed fighting for AK but really, I mean, that's my final goal. I want to say I fought in one bare knuckle fight.
That's cool.
I feel like I could start a reputation as a fighter by losing, like. But I'm not scared of a fight. Like, oh yeah, he'll get in there, but he ain't winning.
I know a lot of guys like that.
Hell yeah, like dude, I'm about it. I'll go in there, but let you know right now, you gonna hurt me. I'm gonna hurt me, hurting you. But
I'm gonna help you. Just don't expect that much help.
Yeah, it's like the anticipation. Like, look, just know that like I'm gonna try really hard, but man, I'm probably gonna lose. And how like, what is it? So like your wins come first and then loses, right? So it'll be like 36-0. Wait, that's losses, right? Losses come first or wins come first?
Wins come first.
Okay, so 0 and 36.
There you go.
And I was like, dude, just give up. And no, I'm never gonna stop losing. You can't make me stop. I was like, he'll fight. But motherfucker don't know how to fight.
That's why I know a guy, dude. I was like, he can't fight, but you're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, he's not
Hell
gonna
yeah.
stop. You're
But
gonna have to
but
kill him.
That's there's almost like an admiration in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he got a fight in him.
Yeah.
You know, like he'll fight, but
Ain't looking good.
ain't looking good for him. Poor Ethan. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna call him Ethan. Like, Ethan, hey, he's got the drive in him, man. He just don't know how to drive.
He got a hold of the heart. That's about all he's got.
Boy got a heart, man.
Right.
Put him in, coach. Fuck him.
All right.
He does it to himself. He just doesn't know how to turn himself down.
So your first fight, you went the distance. Your second fight ended in the second round. As a fighter, when you go in the cage, do you want to get that knockout hit? You want that TKO, that money shot highlight clip?
Oh yeah.
Where someone gets hit and they just fall over.
Yeah. That's the goal for me at least. Hey, it's all fun and games, but I'm trying to hurt you. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna let you know I'm trying to hurt you. I know you're trying to hurt me too. So, who can hurt who first?
I wanted to circle back to where I asked you like the differences. You said that in amateur you can't throw elbows.
No elbows.
What else can't you do?
I want to say that's it. Just elbows.
And no dick shots, no eyes.
I hope they don't allow that in either one of them. I know the amateur's safe, so I hope that rule stays implied at the pro level as well.
I still think like one of the best like internet memes, I guess it turned out to be, was the whole grab his dick and twist it. Grab his dick. Oh, dude, if I heard that, that would make I would just die happy, dude. I was like,
He said die happy.
that's like the most hilarious fucking thing to me. But most of the fighters you come in contact with, not just in your gym, but the guys you meet like on the road or wherever, are pretty good attitude guys.
Oh yeah.
Still some dickheads.
Nah,
Actually, that's good. That's really relieving.
the guy I fought my first fight, we talked a pretty good bit. Like, we stayed in contact after the fight or whatever. Every now and then he'll randomly text me and check up on me, and you kind of just get an even respect for each other. I don't know. You're locked in a cage, and it's just you and that guy for at least 9 minutes.
You said he was like 6 what?
I want to say he was 6'1", 6'2".
And he had a good reach on you, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He seemed like
He has some long legs too. He like throwing.
Yeah. He was fucking. That's a pretty good
kicks.
sized dude, man.
So he was about my height and 150.
145.
Oh, I look terrible, listeners.
Joe, yeah, we're done. You know,
Man, that dude's doing big things now. Jackson Ryder was his name. I think he like a youth pastor or something.
That's awesome, man.
And he's like started his own jiu-jitsu deal. Him and Andrew Scroll, the guy that trained him. I think they started their own little jiu-jitsu deal at their church, maybe.
you can tell he's got some
something
drive in him, man. Like,
He's a whole different guy now.
Really?
I probably wouldn't want to fight him today, but
oh yeah,
if
come
they
on.
called me on the phone and asked, I'd have to say
Like,
yeah.
You sure?
But
That's the guy.
He's been.
All right, buddy.
Last I heard, he's been working hard at it. So
That's good, man. That's awesome.
that's the beauty of it. The end of the road is you never see it. You just keep learning. You learn something new every day. At least I do.
Would you say that was your favorite thing about being a mixed martial artist?
Oh yeah, and you meet people. You meet people that are trying to train and achieve the same goal as you. So you're always pushing each other to be better every single day. You grow with the people around you, so you surround yourself with guys that train consistently, constantly growing too. You grow together. So I mean, it's a crazy thing to watch, especially if you don't fight and you watch a fight and like, hey, these two guys are fighting on this card from this gym, and then 3 years later you see these same guys fight on another card, and you're like, look how much they've grown. Like, we watched these guys 3 years ago, and they were nobodies. They were just guys just fighting.
Like Bubba
and
grew
now,
up.
you say this guy's name, people know who you are.
Hell yeah, man.
So everybody kind of grows together or whatever, and
It's like the super gratifying. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
once like like he's like being noticed.
oh yeah,
And recognized.
no doubt.
Not just like recognized like to feed an ego, but like people seeing you for the competitor
Right.
that you're striving to be. That's got to be super gratifying.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So I would call like this isn't a hobby for you. This is like a passion for you. So like, what do you do as a hobby aside from this? What do you do?
I like to catch big fish.
You doing that?
I go chase the big fish.
You do that top water? Do that top water crankbait.
I do everything in the water.
Hell
I throw
yeah.
the tackle box in the water.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The whole.
Have it.
I just tie the tackle box around my line and throw the whole tackle box out there.
Come on with it, man. Hell yeah. But you mostly do bass fishing, or you do like
Yeah, I mean I do white perch fishing too.
some more
I like
soccer
brim
lays?
fishing. Oh yeah, I all kind of fishing.
All the
might put out
fishing.
noodles. Might put out lines. Might put 2-inch
Trot
webbing
line?
out.
Hell yeah,
That's illegal,
man.
by the way, but I might do it.
What is it?
2-inch webbing.
The fuck is that? Oh.
Right.
Wait. Is it because you have to go bigger than that?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any webbing that's illegal. Maybe there is.
Webbing in
but-
like the hoop nets? Like you talking about? Like,
No, it's just a straight line like this tall of 2-inch webbing, and fish run into it and they can't get out of it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's illegal.
2 inches. I don't know. I think there is a big size that you can do, but 2-inch webbing's illegal.
Also, shocking is super illegal.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah, don't do
illegal.
that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries will
They
find
will
you.
fuck you.
They will find you.
Yeah, the game warden's more scary than the PD for sure.
That's the only they can walk in your
Especially
house.
out here where we at.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about the cops.
I will
That's
say,
my cousin Joe. I'm worried about this game warden from across the state that's here. Who is this guy?
Nah, dude. Yeah, don't trust Joe. He'll lay over on you. Not this Joe, cousin Joe. The other.
Cousin
I
other
don't
Joe.
know. I might too. So
We need to get you your saltwater and freshwater license. We
I
need to
do
go
have mine.
fishing. We need to go fishing. I need to get my
I do have
lifetime,
that.
dude. I need to get my lifetime.
it's like what, $500?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's well worth it because they just upped the prices. What was it? A couple of years ago, or about 2 years
Last
ago?
year, or the year before, yeah.
Yeah, it went from fucking like 15 to now it's like 33 or some shit like that.
Everything went up.
Yeah, man. It's
I heard the crabbing's real good down in Camry right now.
Cameron.
I've been seeing a lot of people post about it.
Cameron.
They hide on them down there.
Yeah, we go to I think it's called Hog Gully, going towards Cameron and Hackberry and stuff. Yeah, that's a good little spot right there. There's that one, and then there's another little lock right there that we go. It's a good little spot. Need to go fishing, man. I haven't gone any. I haven't do any fishing last year, and I feel like a piece of shit for it.
If I was you, I'd be fishing at work.
Well, shit. Well, I live like can't
Yeah.
because how the story goes, you used to be able to. I mean, some other vessels could, but
Yeah.
the particular vessel and company I work for, they don't have a fishing license.
Right.
We have a mineral license as a support vessel, but there was years back. Everything was cool. You could fish. All the reds, all the reds in the world, baby.
That'd be my favorite part about it.
Well, this one guy, he caught like fucking 50 of them. And apparently he and the captain didn't see eye to eye about it. And then the captain like asked for some and he was like, no, I caught these fish. I cleaned them. These are my fish.
Right.
Well, apparently like the captain or whatever had called Wildlife and Fisheries and Coast Guard.
Oh, man, he snitched.
And they were waiting for him when they got back to the dock at Fushan. And they came through, took all of the fish, ticketed him. I think he lost his job or some shit. I think the captain still.
You only can catch so many of them.
Well,
too.
no, it's not even that. Like,
Yeah, they got to be like a certain slot, too.
yeah, but
Certain
you
limit.
can't. You're not supposed to fish on our vessels.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we can't fish on.
That
our
seems
vessels.
like a super drawback. Like you're in the middle of the ocean for 30 days to
Dude,
3
ice-
months at a time, and you can't do the one thing that you're surrounded by.
Dude,
Yeah.
we're located we're 100 miles off the coast of Louisiana, and then 70 miles southeast of Galveston, and it's the block chart is called High Island, dude. You can just any given part of the night you're seeing fucking like 5 feet barracudas, sharks, and shit. You just see like those what are they're called like white runners or whatever. It's just I see it every day, and it's so disheartening that I can't eat that motherfucker.
Right. That's crazy.
It sucks.
I got a guy on my Snapchat that I see sometimes, like they are fishing out there. But I got, like you said, it's probably like a company rule, and
well, like on the
people that's on the platform that are, if you're how cool you are with them people,
Oh no, yeah. I mean, there's like the third party who comes on our boat because I work on a lift boat. They'll come on and bring their fishing gear,
Right.
and they'll go fish off of their production platform and stuff. If you can't fish on our boat, I don't think. I just know that we're not supposed to.
Right.
So I wish I fucking could though. but it's something I want to get into. I have a friend who's really into like saltwater and brackish water, like with like specks and stuff like that. And I really just like something. It's just watching Two Turn Tony catching all those sharks and shit. I just want to go to like Holly Beach, give me a good saltwater rod, and I want to catch a shark, dude. I just that's on my bucket list. I want to catch a fucking shark and eat it because you can keep them after they're like 3 feet or some shit.
Yeah, I've caught them before. They're like at the beach, little small ones, but we just throw them back.
I want to eat that. I want to eat the whole thing.
They say it's good. I ain't never had it.
I've had it. I think I've had it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know, it's real good. Flounder.
Fuck yeah, man.
Flounder's good. Redfish is real good too.
Yep.
Cook it on the grill.
I don't think I've ever
Even
had
on a half
a
shell.
drum. I don't think I've ever eaten a drum.
No, I've never eaten a
was
drum.
drum's trash fish. No,
Dude, there's motherfuckers who eat shad, bro. Straight up.
I mean, if you're hungry enough, you eat anything. But
Fuck. I bet that fucking shit tastes like a seagull. It's like just
Like a seagull.
just yeah. Seagull just eats everything, and shad they just fucking
Bottom of the totem pole.
bottom,
Rock
bro.
bottom.
Fucking terrible.
I got one more question on MMA. What is your least favorite thing about the whole fighting process? Because you know there's good things, but with everything has pros and cons. What's a con?
Cutting weight.
Yeah, weight cut.
That's like the
That's
shittiest.
number one.
That's the one thing
tell
I hear from
everybody.
everybody. is
They
like-
ask me all the time, hey, like, how bad was your weight cut? And I was like, the hard part's over. Fighting's the fun part.
Like, dude, I'm in therapy now, talking to my therapist about it. I am emotionally distraught and hungry.
And that's another thing, too, like trying to eat right leading up to sauna sitting during camp and then having to come home and eat tilapia or chicken and watching your fiance sit over there eating a double meat cheeseburger from Whataburger. I just want to walk over there and
But you do celebrate, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You do eat some shitty food sometimes, like just big old ass pizza and
I just kind of watch my weight. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm just going to have to do it. Today's going to have to be a cheat day.
So after your fight, what's your go-to? Like, I'm going to eat this now because I need a break. Like pizza.
I don't know why,
hamburgers.
but I was craving like just the juiciest hamburger I could find.
hell yeah, man.
Like I wanted something greasy as shit. I don't know. That's what I want. I was like, I ain't never wanted a hamburger this bad in my life.
yeah.
I don't know, but that's just what I was craving. And my old lady was like, all right, let's go. We'll find the juiciest hamburger we can find.
That's right, man. Where'd y'all go?
We went to something like fancy, what's it called? It's from where at Marksville over there. Broken Wheel Brewer, whatever
Dude,
it's called.
that used to be Brown Bag Gourmet, right? Or
Oh,
no. Brown Bag Gourmet was a separate restaurant, but yeah, Broken Wheel, they got damn good beer, dude.
Yeah, they make their own beer over there.
Yeah, they have really good beer over there, man. I got some buddies in Avoyelles Parish and stuff, and
yeah.
I've been there a time or two.
Yeah.
I forget about that place, man.
It's a nice place.
I'm sorry, Joe.
You're such a connoisseur of the beverage art
Look.
of the brewery.
Best two breweries in Sinlaw is, of course, Huckleberry Brewery and Broken Wheel Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
So just throwing that out there. I might be biased, but I've been to the breweries in Lafayette. They're all right. Bayou Teche is pretty good, but been to a couple other ones around. Not gonna throw any names, no shade or nothing, but I'm just saying those are my favorite two.
He said they ain't hitting on much.
Nah, y'all can do better. You do better. Keep cooking. Recipes and shit. We should make our own wine or something, dude. Do Third Coast wine.
Did you see Chuck and them have an Iceman beer?
What?
From Nola Brewery down in New Orleans.
That's awesome, man.
I would be lying exactly what it's called, but it's an Iceman beer.
I did not see that. I need to fucking talk to the world.
And if y'all ain't checked it out, check out Third Coast Podcast at 5000ws.thirdcoastpodcast.com on all major streaming platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
You gotten really good at just like saying that, like just running that off real quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got
Done
it.
mastered it.
You got it, baby. Joe's come along. Fuck, that scared the shit out of me. All right, we're back.
The first sound pad in 49 minutes.
I was not expecting that.
Oh.
We've never used that one.
And if you see my shirt, listeners, go check out Gray Areas on all platforms. They had a hell of a set on the indie stage at Riverfest yesterday. And big shout out to Savage.
Fuck.
Rick? No.
Savage something.
We get back to you on that.
Fuck,
but they,
I feel like an asshole now.
Savage Wrath
Savage Rap.
out of
That's
Alexandria.
it. Yep,
Our
thrash,
bad guys.
Thrash metal out of Alexandria. Fuck, I felt like an asshole for that. We were just there like
Yeah, it was just
12 hours
creeping
ago.
up on there.
24 hours ago.
But yeah, it was a big shout out to Wayne Dubrock for managing that stage, and it was sunny out there. Got a little sunburned, but
Dude,
it was a good time.
I'm surprised I didn't get fucking cooked, bro. Oh, also, always Eddie Lashney. He's the organizer of the. He's over the Indie Village area and stuff like that. It's always nice to see Mr. Eddie. He's a salt of the earth guy.
Did you get to talk to Jeb?
Fuck
Andy?
no.
Yeah, big shout out to Jeb who did our artwork outside. He was out there. He did the designs for the shirt, him and his wife, and for Ripperfed, the purple shirts y'all saw out there. That was our boy Jeb.
Yep.
We gotta get him on the show. I've been telling him. I told him too. I was like, man, I feel so bad I haven't had you on the show because he done the painting outside.
Yeah, I just feel like a bad person for not being a better person.
It happens. We're not perfect.
Happens to the best.
Yeah,
of us.
but it happens to the best of us. But damn, it's just do better. I can just do better. I'm gonna try to do better, dude. I'm fucking. Anyway, where are we at? We still running this?
Yeah, we can go a little bit longer.
Hot dog, man. Shit, buddy. What about is there the kickboxing aspect of it all? Like, how do you stand with that? Do you like throwing legs or just fists?
I like throwing kicks now. Before, I wasn't really a big fan of it. I didn't really think that I was that good. I didn't find out that I could really throw kicks as good as I can until this last training camp. I was hitting mitts with Coach Calvin or whatever, and he was like, dude, your kicks are crazy. He was like, you got to start throwing kicks now. I was like, I don't like it. I don't want to. And he was like, no, you're going to start. That's your strongest weapon. You're going to throw kicks.
I just can't stop thinking about just like a shin-to-shin contact. You've seen all those videos where a motherfucker hits the shin and it breaks the leg in a fight. I'm just like, oh, God. Oh, my goodness. What's the worst pain in a fight where somebody hits you with something? What hurts really bad?
I don't really say hurt because like whenever I'm fighting, I don't feel anything until the next
you're
day.
Just a
but
different animal, dude.
As far as like getting hit and knowing that I got hurt, like mentally,
probably face pain, mouth pain.
I've got caught like light sparring, just and barely caught in the chin, and it like you'll be telling your mind what you want to do, but your mind don't listen. Like your feet are just stuck in concrete. And then I've got hit behind the ear, kind of popped one good time behind the ear, and was like, oh. That kind of rung my bell. But as far as ever getting like really hurt, I ain't got to experience that yet. I haven't got to experience just really. I got hit in the back of the head with a Grey Goose bottle one time and got knocked out.
God damn.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it hurt. I didn't feel it.
Right.
When I woke up, I was like, "This is crazy. This is the best sleep I ever got."
Ooh, yeah. CTE like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man, you want to check that out, buddy.
I wish I had like a snoot button.
What about recovery after how sore are you like the next day? Because I know like after that you're gonna
Yeah, it just depends on the damage you take, but
even like being more active. I mean, I guess like, since you do work out and you train a lot,
you're in the camp. So as far as like soreness and stuff, that's not going to happen unless you overextend a muscle or.
Got you. Okay.
Like the last fight or whatever, he caught me with one low kick, like it's the first thing he hit me with. As soon as the fight started, I threw a kick and then he kicked me right back, and it was like right on the side of the knee, and didn't feel it the whole rest of the night. After my fight, didn't feel it. Next day, I got out of the bed. Oh,
damn it, boy.
Oh, and that was just one kick to the knee. So, some of these guys, they're kicking the whole fight. I'm like, that was just, one kick. But I don't know. Just enough to hurt enough to not put no weight on it. Guy was solid, though. His legs was like this big around. So.
Dude, he's a chiseled athlete.
Caught me with a good one.
Golly.
To touch on a little deeper on what Kobai said, when you're out there fighting, because there are a lot of vicious injuries that can happen in MMA and fighting, just period. Is that like a worry in the back of your mind? Because you're just like us. You go to work, you got a 9 to 5, you're putting in 40, 60 hours a week. Are you ever like worried that you're going to take a really bad injury that you can't work?
I mean, it crosses my mind, but to say that I worry about it, that's stretching it too far. I would say, I got good insurance. I got short and long.
Tell me how you really feel, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, nah, man, don't worry about it.
Nah.
Not until it happens.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Got that long and short term disability on the insurance.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm not worried about. Nah. On a real note, you don't think about it. Some people might. I just feel like that's just something else to have on your mind to get in the way of what's really physically happening right now and in time. My grandma and grandpa always told me, how did they say it? I can't remember. I was just thinking about it. You'll never think, you would think it never happened to you.
Right.
Like everybody, a lot of fighters got to have that mindset. Like, that it can happen, but mentally, going there comfortable enough and doing what you can to avoid that happening or whatever, just some mental thing.
Whenever you're sparring, like I said, let's say like when you're actually like competing, right? Like you're trying to win, get the kill. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
Where are you looking?
Like when I'm actually fighting?
Yeah, where are you looking?
Most of the time I look at like...
Are you staring at his forehead?
Their chin.
Their chin? Okay.
And like, here, this area.
That way you can still see
because,
with your peripherals.
Anything that is going to happen is going to start there.
Right.
Like, your chin's following your body, and this right here is center of your body. So they know if you go here, they're throwing a kick or an overhand. That's just me. People might be different.
Yeah, but that's smart as fuck.
I'm looking, never breaking contact with the chin or, the upper area here.
I always wondered that because, like, sometimes why I wear sunglasses because I have like a complex about like looking at people's eyes,
right.
And like I don't want you to see me for who I am because this, that, or whatever. But sometimes whenever I find myself like talking to somebody, I'll stare elsewhere than their eyes. I was like, man, how does a fighter because he can't just like you have to like I said, take your judgment off your peripheral and having to watch the movement and stuff like that. So I was like, man, where do they actually stare at to see everything? Like, how do you know he's going to throw a leg kick? You don't.
Right.
It's not right. Maybe
you don't know.
You don't know.
It's I don't know. It's so much to it. Like that leads up to everything.
Right.
I don't know. You could bait somebody into a trap or whatever. Like you could set up stuff and see how they react, and then plan to react on how they react.
Yeah. Your
next series of events. But I mean that's pretty much it's a chess game, and who's gonna play who better, who's gonna set who up, or who's gonna That's why you got to be well rounded. It's the beauty of it. You can't just go in there. You can't put a striker and a grappler in the cage and expect a confident striker to win. Because a wrestler is going to take that ability away.
So with your last fight, your takeaway was like, what was your takeaway from that last fight you did?
Keep on wrestling. Keep on doing jiu-jitsu because I mean that's really what I lack.
That's the one thing that you're like, man, I
don't sleep on me though.
That's right.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it with some real good guys that's real good at it too. So.
Shit, yeah, man.
We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get there.
Gotta have that. Let's say like you gotta have that like after the bout or whatever. I'm like, man, this is what I need.
Right.
I need this, and that's what it is. Like that's what you need right now. That's awesome.
The bounce back, the comeback.
That's right.
You just broaden his repertoire of just like karate.
So when the octagon door slam and you're in there, I've seen like some UFC movies and stuff where they kind of slow it down and it's like it's a blur all the way around. Is that like the crowd, the audience, you're not even focused. It's just like it's a blur and it's just you, him.
It's so bright in there too, right? Yeah, it's just illuminated like a motherfucker.
But no, like I told you earlier, I don't hear anything. I'm not worried about nothing that's going on.
He's present, but he's not present.
I'm more worried about getting embarrassed in front of my friends and family.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, we can talk after this. Right now, y'all just sit right there and watch what happens. Cause
you have any like rituals you do, like things like, all right, I need a Starburst, 3 things of water, 1 Powerade. Or like a fear dump. You gotta take a fear dump.
Yeah, always you gotta take the fear dump.
Gotta take the fear dump.
That's about the only thing that you said that on that list that I do. I'm gonna take my fear dump. I will not poop myself while I'm fighting.
Damn right, man.
One of the liver shots, I couldn't hold it. It just slipped out. Nah, it ain't happening to me.
But also, you can't really like intake a lot of fluids because you don't want to, that
Right.
is just something else distracting you or like slowing you down, right?
I mean, everything you do affects everybody differently. So you just got to find out what you can't do and what you don't need to do, and then what you okay doing.
So the morning of fight, what did you do? Did you eat breakfast? Did you have eggs?
A big breakfast,
Big breakfast.
eggs,
All the
sausage.
carbs too? You had some carbs in there?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Treat yourself.
Some people don't do carb intake until after their actual fight, but me, I'm just like I'm eating whatever I feel like eating.
I could get my ass kicked today. I'm going to
Yeah.
eat good.
Yeah. That's how I do it. I've done both my fights have been the same way.
Hell yeah.
Like as soon as I weigh in, I'm gonna drink a Pedialyte or so, let it sit, and then I'll usually eat like something small of what I ate during when I was cutting weight,
Okay.
just so my stomach kind of gets used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you just go eat and drink whatever, you're gonna poop through a screen door for about 3 days.
Straight up, dude.
Kind of put something on your body that's what your stomach's used to, because you ain't ate in 2.5 days now. By the time you're weighing in,
Because
no
you're
water
fasting
intake.
when you're
much,
you're
yeah.
fasting, yeah. And anything you eat just goes
Right.
straight.
So you ain't got nothing on you. So you put something
Yup.
greasy in you. You already know what's gonna happen.
Straight up, dude. Yep.
Now I'm going to ask this question. You don't have to answer because
Oh, shit.
this is kind of going to be personal, but it just dawned on me. So
6 inches.
no, you're actually. I give you props. You're in the realm of what I'm thinking. No, it's not that bad. I don't want to know. The listeners out there don't need to know the size of the man's. Shut up, Koba.
I
Okay,
apologize,
you almost
Shaine
made me
and
forget
listeners.
the
I'm
fucking
sorry.
question.
It was just, I had to say it, man. Around.
Oh, it's all right.
Okay. Do you put off having sexual relations during like fight week, or is that a factor in when it comes to like training? Because we are, men, you build up testosterone and stuff. Is
Right.
that a
be
factor or a
full of
thing
that
with
tea,
your
baby.
fight camp?
Some people believe that, but Shitty Shaine gonna get it in.
Yeah.
Shitty
That's
Shaine.
right, daddy. Fuck yeah.
Hey, I apologize. I know my fiance is gonna watch this and be like, "Why would you put our sexual business out there?" Shitty Shaine gonna get it in.
Shitty Shane. What? Why is Shitty Shane, man?
Man, look, I don't know. I got drunk one night. I can't remember who called me that, but it stuck. Now everybody, hey, I'm Shane or Shitty Shaine.
Shane or Shitty Shane, man.
Is that like your unofficial title when you fight? And because Darren has the icon, David has the boss. Do you have what's that pseudonym for yourself?
My first fight, I went in there and I sat down at the table, and the guy was like, "What's your nickname gonna be?" And I was like, "I have no damn nickname."
Well, one of those announcers was talking shit about old boy's nickname and shit. Or off that first fight, he was saying something about nicknames. I was like, that's fucked up, man. Kid got a name. Fucking
Yeah.
let him say it. Fuck.
So actually, Dynamite, the guy that does the announcer for AKA, was like, "Showtime," and I was like, "That's what you want to put?" And then it just
Showtime.
stuck. Yeah. So really, if you really want to be technical about it, Dynamite, the announcer for AKA, really gave me my nickname, and it
That's
just kinda
awesome,
stuck.
man. That's cool as shit, man.
He gave me that nickname, and then when I came in the gym the next week, they were like, Showtime, and everybody was just calling me Showtime.
That's
so.
cool as fuck, man.
And I was like, they were like, "Why'd you come up with that nickname?" I was like, "It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me."
But see, that's a at least that's one less thing you have to like. I didn't come up with it. Someone else
Right.
did.
But that's how
I
nicknames
earned
should
that
come up.
motherfucker. Like
Right.
I ain't come. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad he came up with it, because I know people right now that's still trying to think of stuff like that people ain't already got, or
Mine would be the great white ginger shark.
the great one.
That was like we used to play beer pong a fucking lot. Like me and Joe, we used to drink fucking terribly.
Yeah, you used to run them off the table or what?
Well, he did. I'm not good at anything I do. But his beer pong name was the Tomahawk. Always the Tomahawk. And then something I was like, man, I need a name, and he came with Great White Ginger Shark. And so he's been calling me that for fucking years, man.
That's funny.
That has a whole deeper meaning than everybody, listeners probably know. Just Kobe in his heyday definitely was the great white ginger shark.
I'm still there. I'm more like a tadpole now. Oh, it's a different species. That's an amphibious. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, I digress.
This guy.
Anywho, fuck.
It's about that time.
About that time, man. Well, Shaine, thank you so much for coming through, brother. It's been like an absolute pleasure. You're like we've talked about it several times on the show, but it's always a breath of fresh air to have like an easy conversation with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like the one thing that, like, you know, we don't discredit nobody or like have doubts on people, but sometimes people don't know, or maybe they just like wait for questions to be asked. You know, there's the give and take vibe is what we strive with. And
No doubt.
There was a great hanging out with you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Had a great time.
Sure was.
So, brother, since we're gonna end it out, we do have an artist of the week.
Yes, we do words of wisdom, then artist.
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to do artist then words of wisdom? Or you want to read over it while we do words? We start words.
Yeah,
of wisdom?
yeah. You guys go ahead.
Do you have any words of wisdom for the listeners out there?
Yeah, I guess never give up. The most basic one ever. Never give up. I mean, you never know what could be until you keep going. Giving up ain't gonna solve anything. So that would be what I would say.
All right. I guess my words of wisdom will be get out of your comfort zone and get out of your hometown and go meet new people, because that's how you grow the biggest. Get out of your normal and explore and find a hobby and something outside of work too. I double tap this
Something
one.
you enjoy.
Yeah, because work ain't everything. Find you a hobby and just go with it, or you never know where that hobby can turn into a lifelong passion that leads you out of your work.
So did I say words of wisdom and then read this?
You can.
Okay. I'm going to say that change doesn't have to be a bad thing. But if you're trying to change for the better of yourself, you have to just put your best foot forward and initiate that endeavor for yourself, because, you know, people are sometimes reluctant to, you know, because they're so complacent with themselves and their lifestyle, and change can be scary, you know, but ultimately it's just another bridge and another battle. And it's really the sometimes like the hardest thing you think, well, hold on, how can I say this? Sometimes when you think something is super hard to do that you can't really just do, once you do it, you realize like, fuck, that was easy as shit.
It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, like, fuck, that wasn't bad. So it all starts with a thought, and then you have to act on that thought. So take care of yourself, because ultimately you have fucking nothing else to fucking do anyway. Right?
Right.
Be the better version of you, and that's what we should all strive to do. So today's artist is Miss Talented. She is a New York-bred singer-songwriter now based outside of Atlanta, bringing a fresh and soulful sound to Christian R&B and hip-hop. After stepping away from music, everything familiar, she made a bold move, taking a bold move, and going to Atlanta on a journey of self-discovery and faith. Out of that transformation came New Life, a song that captures the raw emotions, searching for purpose, embracing change, and experiencing God's love in a new way. With the mission to serve up soul food that sounds clearly like candy, I ruined that. With the mission to serve up soul food that sounds like ear candy. I like that. Talented, is it pronounced talented or
Yeah.
Okay? Talented creates music that speaks to life's biggest transitions, offering both depth and undeniable vibes. It sounds really good too. As she continues her journey, upcoming release, Gave It All to God, promises to resonate with anyone seeking renewal, direction, and peace through love of Christ. That is wonderful. Oh, she's super sweet. So what's the song we're playing today? What is
New
the
Life.
song?
New
Joe?
Life.
The song is New Life by Talented. It has a feature on the song too, right?
Yes, but
I do not know how to pronounce that. No.
No.
It looked like,
No, We bad with them words sometimes.
Yeah, we're not
down
really
here.
good readers all the time. Actually, we just don't read good. What was like Zoolander's school for kids who don't read really good? And it was like a little bitty, like, how are they supposed to go to school in this when it's this small? Anyway, I digress. This is Third Coast Podcast. Thank you again, Shaine, for coming through and hanging out with us. I am one of the hosts, not with the most, Kobai, the Cobra.
From Minnesota.
From Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. There's actually not cobras in North America, besides in zoos.
And y'all know who I am. Joe, what it do, Gators?
Awesome. I love y'all. Shaine, take care of yourself, Bubba.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me on here.
Hot dog, man.
And we out.